Quick question. Have you ever blanked on someone's name right when you needed it? Like you're at a work event and you see someone you've met maybe twice, and for the life of you, you can't remember, is it Mike? Is it Mark? Do you even know his last name? Or you wrote down your doctor's phone number somewhere, but was it in your notes app, your email, a text to yourself? That's the problem I built this to solve. My name is Hans, and this is WhosZoo, a private AI curated memory assistant that remembers the people and things in your life and actually gives you that information back when you need it. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to log in to the WhosZoo app with my passphrase. And it looks like a simple chat window. And it kind of is a simple chat window. You type a question and you get an answer. But what makes it different is that it already knows things about my life. Watch this. I'm going to ask a question here. Who's the guy that wears a funny hat? And it comes back with this answer, and that's Nathan Flom. Now, I want you to understand that I never told the system to remember Nathan that way as a funny hat. I just mentioned that he wears a Gatsby hat. And then it recalled that by putting that all together. The AI figured that out. Let me try another one. So I'm writing in here, what was the name of the guy I helped fix the flat bike tire? And it goes on to find that the person was Jim McCowan. I met him briefly in a parking lot after I did a ride up a bike trail. And we had a conversation. I immediately recorded it into my app. So let me add another one. This is about a list. So I'm going to add another list that's very common to a lot of people. What do I need to get at Costco? And if I have a list in here, it can say, based on my notes, I need to get mandarin oranges. Now, notice everything that comes back has a view sources. At any time, I can say, oh, you know what? I need to add to that list. So there's a loop that I put in, and I can come in here and say, you know what? I also need to get tuna. So as soon as I save this and put this in the memory, this is just a markdown document. And there's a reference guide on how to create markdown document syntax. Is relatively easy. So I'm just adding that and saving it, and it's now part of my memory system. So the next time I ask, what do I need at Costco? It will put up mandarin oranges and tuna. All right, now I'm going to switch over something and show you that this application also works on my phone just the same way. I want you to see that this web page, WhosZoo worker hansreno workers.dev, and it has all these similar icons, and you'll see the same icons in the phone because I'm essentially opening this up in a browser just like I would on any device. And so when I open it up on my phone, it's just like you will see here. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to full screen so you can see me, and hopefully you can see this clearly. I have an icon. It's basically a bookmark to a web page. And so when I click on that bookmark, it'll open it up, and I'm seeing the exact same layout on a browser on your computer. This does require me to use biometrics. I set this up so I can log in, and as soon as I get logged in, I'm seeing the exact same screen that I have before. But I want you to notice that I didn't show this on the browser, but there's a little icon that says it's a conversation icon. And when I click on this mic, it brings over to something that has an orb on it where I can do conversations with my memory. And this really is a weird thing. It's like talking to your own memory. So I'm going to ask it a question here. So I'm going to click on this and go into conversation mode. And it'll activate as soon as I tap the orb. And I'm going to ask it a question. So I want you to listen to what it says. Let me get the mic here so you can hear it here. Can you tell me the names of my son Max's friends?
Max's friends are Mason, Drew Bueller, Grady Cummings, Sean Roberts, Kai, and Parker Harrington, who's a good friend.
And what's his favorite food?
Max's favorite food is pepperoni pizza.
Does he have a favorite color?
Yes, Max's favorite color is blue.
And is there some food that he doesn't like?
Max dislikes zucchini.
Okay, so there you have it. This is a way to converse with your memories. And as you can see, as I exited the conversation mode, everything that I had said out loud is now visible in the conversation window. And it also has the view sources, just like it did on the browser, where I can actually go out and see and click on this and see where that memory came from and edit it or update it. Now I want to mention one more thing that I really feel is underrated. It's an underrated feature that I put into the application that is just so great. This is called journal mode. And here I'm with the orb. And if I hold down the orb, it's going to turn orange, which means I'm in what's called journal mode. And while you're in journal mode, it's a push to talk. It's like holding down a radio, and you talk and you record something and you let go. And the reason I did it this way is because when I'm doing a reflection about my day, at the end of the day, I'm doing a journal entry, I usually have to pause and think about what I'm going to say, what happened today, what went on through my day, and I walk through it like a journal entry. So if I hold this down, I don't know if you can see this, but as I talk, it's recording and putting in the words that I am saying right now into chunks. And I let go of the orb, and it captured a chunk. And then I can keep talking if I hold down the orb, and it creates a second chunk. And then if I let go, it creates a chunk. And this is a common way of creating journal entries. When you're thinking about and reflecting upon the day, you'll say something and then let go. And it's creating all these chunks together. And at some point, at the end, you just hit the finish button, and the app polishes your speech into a clean journal entry. So when I do that, it's thinking, and it's going to try to create a journal entry out of that mess that I just recorded. But I can edit it, or I can cancel it. That's kind of a very important feature, is that when I add information into the system, it always asks me to review what I'm putting into my memory system. That's why I like it. I liken it to curated memory. It's you approve what you put in. All right, so now let's go back to the desktop, and I'll cancel out of this. This is a great feature for doing journals. And putting those type of notes and those reflections into your memory system. I'm going to switch back over and share my screen again. And as you can see, that feature of journal mode is also available inside the app itself. I just hold and tap this down, and it's recording what I'm saying right now. As you can see that, right? So I can just, it's the same features that exist on the phone exist on the browser. It's all there, right? Okay. And I'm going to exit anyway. I'm going to come back up. I'm going to go ahead and clear my window off so we can have something good to just start over here. So I did a command to clear that window. I'm going to come back and do some more practical conversations here. This is often things that happen at work where you're trying to remember, who was that person I need to talk to about this issue. So I'm going to put in a real world scenario. Who do I talk to about network issues at work? And it's going to come back with a list of individuals that it might think are the right people to talk to based on my memory file. So it says the primary person is Dusty Jones. I can specifically come out here and say, well, remind me about Dusty Jones. So it's going to hone in on him, and it's going to tell me a little bit about him and what he does, right? Now, from here, I can also, now that I've kind of put him together, I've just talked to him, and maybe I need to come out here and maybe I need to finish that conversation with Dusty. And then so I'm gonna say, I just finished a conversation with Dusty Jones. Please add to his timeline that he will look at a network issue within the performance environment. And as soon as I hit enter on this, it's going to consolidate that phrase and all the misspellings that I have and correct it. And I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to think about it, and it will create an update record, a preview of what it's going to put into the memory system. And so this is an update that is going to go to the people record of Dusty Jones, and this is the proposed memory change. It's going to add to the timeline a very simple phrase: we'll look at network issues within the performance environment. And that was put on today. All right, so I can hit save, and as soon as I save that, and basically my memory files never change without my say-so. And that's an important difference. This is curated memory, not automatic memory. Every write goes through me first. If I learn something new or realize that I was wrong, or I want to add more context, I can update it. And over time, the memory becomes more accurate, more useful, and more trustworthy, because it is continuously refined instead of blindly accumulated. And that's what a lot of these devices that they're selling online, hey, slap this on the back of your phone and it will record everything around you. It's just putting everything into this massive haystack. It's not curated. It's trying to make sense of your world without you doing anything to make sure that you clarify what you learned. This is a very different approach and a much better approach. Last thing that I want to show is some of the things that I have used this memory system for is a replacement of bookmarks. There are times where I just need to find this link to something, and I know I've recorded it, and I can add a fragment very quickly, and I could say, give me the links to PTMN. So if I do that, it's going to go through my memory and try to find all the links that I've recorded around PTMM. And it's got a few of these, the links that I can refer back to. And I don't have to go to a bookmark, and it could just pull up what I know is the most important links for me. And I've recorded those intentionally. This is a great way to use this. And again, I can come in here and hit view sources, and it's got a couple of people where I've recorded these links within, or I can create a separate fragment where I can put those links in. Okay, I want to show you this. If I put a slash in, this is a way that takes this tool to an actual real tool that you can use. So if I put a /, it's going to open a command menu. This right here is every command that the app knows. You can arrow through them by starting or typing to filter out the commands, but I can arrow down through them or arrow up. Most of these commands are completely free. So browsing your records, editing them, locking the app. There's no API calls. There's no AI calls is what I'm trying to say. No AI tokens are used. There's absolutely no cost. If there is a cost, and I want to be upfront with you about that cost, right? The ones that cost something have a small indicator on the right. An amber cent sign means it's using a lightweight AI model, which only costs a fraction of a penny. And if there's a blue $sign, it means it's using a full language model, the same as when you chat. So it costs a little bit more. And you can change the different models that are utilized within your chat, but Sonnet costs more, and Haiku is a very cheap model that is being used. And I've only put in there the ability to go to Haiku or Sonnet right now, because these two models work perfect for a memory system. And most of the time, Haiku, which is the cheapest, works great. So now if I type in here like /browse people, I can hear and open up all my memory files immediately from anyone that I know within the system, and I can edit or update the individuals, and there's no AI cost to doing this. I can curate my memory right here without any cost. Okay, by the way, you can type /costs to get the daily spend. So as I've been going through this and doing demos, I have spent over about $1 this week. I've made 64 requests using AI heavily during some of these demos. So this is an abnormal week for me, but I've used about $1 worth of tokens. Okay, what else can live in this memory system? I want you to hear from me for just a minute, because this is important that you understand. This memory system is so secure that I am confident in storing very private information like VIN numbers of your car, maintenance records, insurance policy numbers, your tire sizes, all that stuff that you have to sometimes go digging for and find that information for, your doctor's phone number, your pharmacy, your kid's school office line, some of your family history, whatever, significant dates, all of that can be recorded in this privately and securely. I need to talk about privacy and security, because this is honestly why I built this instead of using ChatGPT or some hardware device, right? Every AI assistant you're currently using, ChatGPT, Gemini, even Claude, whatever, that company has access to your conversations, their servers, their engineers, their terms of service. For general questions, I think that's fine. But for stuff I've shown you, journal entries, my family, my coworkers, my personal notes and thoughts, I don't want that going anywhere. With WhosZoo, your memory file lives completely on your personal Cloudflare account. Although I built the app, I cannot read your data. I don't have access to your storage. If you delete your Cloudflare account tomorrow, that data would be gone, not sitting on my server somewhere. That privacy comes with responsibility on your end. Let me explain some things that you need to keep safe. There are 3 things that you need to keep safe. And number 1 is API keys. When you set up the app, you'll create API keys for 3 to 4 services: Cloudflare, Anthropic, OpenAI, and possibly 11 Labs. Think of these as master keys. Whoever has access to your API keys can get into the back end of those services. So keeping your API keys private and secure are very important. And the most important API key is, the critical one is Cloudflare. That's the key where your memory files actually live. The Anthropic and OpenAI keys are more of a billing risk. Someone can run up charges on your account, but they can't read your journal. In the moment, I'll show you API keys and we'll go through the whole install. But just know that the ones that I show you, I'm going to rotate them or reconfigure them so they're different. If you ever think someone has seen your API key or has access to it, all you need to do is delete it or rerun or roll the API key and then rerun the installer. It takes about 10 minutes. So after the setup, you never really need these keys again unless you do an upgrade. The installer stores them in the Cloudflare infrastructure. They never sit on your phone or on your computer. So the number 2 thing is your access key. When you install the app, you're going to create it. The app itself will create an access key. This is your recovery key. If you forget your passphrase, this gets you back in. You keep it in your password manager. Lose both and you're locked out. Number 3 is passphrase and biometrics. That's what you use every day. This is how you log into the app. You'll create a passphrase. It's like a password. And you can also use biometrics to get back in. Here's the mental model is that I like to give about these 3 things. API keys are master keys to the building. An access key is the property manager's emergency key. And your passphrase is your personal door key. Biometrics are a smart lock on the door. keep the first two in your password manager and use only the last two every day. So these two, the access key and passphrase biometrics, that's what you're going to use every day. I'm excited to share this with anybody, but this is good stuff to remember. And I hope you use this and find value in it. And throw me a little bit of Venmo money, as this is taking me time and a lot of brain power to kind of put together this system so that it's available to you. Thanks.